Well, hello there, and welcome along to the free practice session one of the Canadian Grand Prix. We are at round 9 of 22. We have Verstappen leading the Drivers' Championship ahead of Sergio Perez, and Ferrari are trying to bounce back from a double DNF suffered in Baku due to two unrelated issues with reliability. The weather is dry at the moment, but we had an incredible storm last night that pretty much flooded the whole track. We're 1 minute late, we must be dead, and we are indeed not. We are here, we are ready, we are excited for this as we haven't had a Canadian Grand Prix in quite a while. In fact, we didn't have one in 2020, we didn't have one in 2021. But we are now back at this quite high speedy track. So yeah, I have already seen some interesting questions in the chat. One being about team orders and if they should be banned again. I don't know. I would like to pitch that question over to you and what you think about it, as I personally don't really have an opinion on it. Like I don't like it when team orders are going through. On the other hand, I can understand how and why teams are making them. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Why do you think they should be banned or not? Banning team orders is naive. Yeah, that's um pretty much my point. As yeah, they will be done one way or another at all times. So there's not really anything you can do against it. So yeah. I'm sorry if I have to mute myself one or another time. I am trying to get through this session alone now, as Jenna unfortunately had something come up quite on short notice, and we haven't found a replacement. And as you might hear from Baku, my voice is still a little bit on the back foot, so I try not to be coughing into the microphone or anything. So please forgive me for that. But yeah, we are here trying to provide you with the best entertainment this side of the equator, the Mississippi. I don't know. Is there even any other streams in that way as we are doing them? God damn it. So yeah, another point. It is not really a lot of information out on that yet, but the porpoising issues that apparently 6 out of the 10 teams are having really badly. They are being it is being looked at by the FIA to have them basically ban porpoising. They don't quite know how. So yeah, probably they will gather some data throughout the free practice sessions And as it looks like they will already have a change in the regulations by Sunday, so that is fairly soon, actually. And yeah, Supermax, thanks for that 10 Australian dollar donation. From the Sky Sports telecast, it looks overcast and pretty windy. It does actually. AccuWeather that I'm having up here says there is wind gusts up to 23 to even 25 kilometers an hour. But yeah, um, it's quite okay looking. It's warm with 23 degrees at the moment, so I suppose we won't see any rain in free practice one, even though there is about a 50%, maybe 55% chance of rain for free practice two, where we will be joined by Biggles again. But he has some other event to comment on at the moment, so um yeah, as Chris is saying, the whole porpoising regulation thing might really damage Ferrari as they are having quite a lot of the aerodynamic bouncing phenomenon as well, while it doesn't really hurt them as much as it does with Mercedes. So having this regulated out and forcing the teams to tune that out of the car might really hurt Ferrari more than it does Mercedes, as they do have a strong and reliable engine and everything. They just haven't gotten the hang of the aerodynamics of their no side pod design yet. So yeah, I'm really curious on how this all will play out and what will happen and how it will influence different teams. So yeah, sad that you can't watch FP1 and FP2 on Spectrum. Yeah, I don't really have them broadcast on national TV here either, or any regional TV here. People just don't seem to care enough to actually show the free practice sessions. So I had to get myself the F1 TV package. So yeah, don't worry about Leclerc. His season is over. I wouldn't say that yet, as well, Red Bull seems still to be struggling with the budget cap, and it still seems like they apparently won't make some races. I think they will definitely make those races, as you can always save money somewhere. I mean, the budget is quite high, and they absolutely have, like the other teams don't have really any issues with the budget caps. So uh, yeah, I don't think Red Bull will miss those races, but apparently they are struggling with budget, so Ferrari could still come back from it, I think. I mean, last year, the 2021 season, we have had Mercedes run away. No, we had Red Bull run away with the championship in the beginning, but Mercedes came back and it actually went down to the last race, which we won't talk about, but it was quite thrilling to the end of the season. So I think Ferrari can still come back. Um, it just needs some luck, some good strategy. Not really the strong suit of Ferrari, but other teams have made it, so why shouldn't they make it? So yeah, Horner corrected that comment in a press conference, saying that it would be like missing a couple of races. Oh, all right, good. So yeah, I hear you. I can see that. So um, yeah, Jose Martinez. Thanks for asking how everyone's doing. Tell us in chat. I'm actually quite curious about that as well. As you might hear, I will probably have to mute myself throughout this cast one or another time, as my voice is still a little bit on the back foot. It is back. It is better than it has been last weekend, but yeah, it is. It is. Well. Ethan, will Lewis Hamilton be here this weekend? I think he will, as if he didn't show up, or if there is something about that Lewis Hamilton wouldn't be joining here. I think we would have had that pretty much in the news. So yeah, I'm also curious if Ferrari will already put their fourth engine into the car, or if they will keep it there, like maybe go back to the second or first engine of the season, as they might still be able to perform. They will definitely take some grid penalties throughout the year, as they can't make those two engines last for the rest of the season, I reckon. But will it start in Canada? I don't know. I personally think they might, as with a powerful engine down that very long back straight. You can definitely go for overtaking if you really want to, or if you really need to. So the track offers enough overtaking opportunities to be interesting for an engine change here. So yeah, we don't know yet. I haven't found any statement on that, but we will find out soon enough, I guess. But from my personal experience, I guess they will take a grid penalty here in Canada. So yeah, sorry, I'm back. Just trying not to cough in your ears in favor of all the headphone users out there. So you cranky. Um, Good to know. Is this a statement directly from the FIA? As I haven't really found any real statement on this yet, just that they will be looking into it and that they will work out a metric throughout the free practice sessions. So yeah. I don't think that Red Bull will dominate the rest of the season. I think they are going to dominate maybe the next one or two races, but after that, I think it is pretty much done. And yeah, George Russell is out of the pits. We are green. Ricciardo heading to the track first. No, actually not. Tsunoda heading out first. Ricciardo was just the first in line, but he's waiting at the pit exit there, letting himself be overtaken by all the others heading out to track. So yes, Supermax. Thank you again for those. We will see your message. You don't have to donate us money every single time. So And yeah, of course, Mercedes wants, or also Hamilton wants a rule for all teams about the porpoising because, well, they will have to raise the ride height of their car, and that will hurt their performance badly. And the points they have been getting so far in this season and pretty good positioning of Russell especially was mostly down to strategy. Like they are fighting the midfield, and if they are forced into this kind of performance loss, that will hurt their season very much. So yeah, but generally I think the rule or the ruling the FIA is trying to implement here, considering the porpoising, is very much okay. It is, I think, pretty fair to just look at what's happening basically, and then just have a general rule of the car, because everything else, with just having a minimum ride height required or something, it kind of wouldn't be fair towards the teams that have actually been able to solve the issue. And since other teams have been able to solve the issue, I have to say there is obviously a solution. So yeah. Yeah, I have just seen a video on the live feed of the storm they had on track yesterday, and that looks frightening. Like the track is properly underwater. So yeah, probably prop properly flooded track right there. So we are getting the first lap times in there, with Sainz currently being fastest with a 1 minute 19.7. We will see them get faster, but there we go. Verstappen going a 1:17.9, so we are getting it faster. Did they dry the track with tissues? Yeah, they are everywhere. Also, quite a bit of plastic floating around there was seen on the opening laps. So yeah, it looks like the mechanics will be having to get trash out of the cooling vents here again. Ooh, that is an interesting graphic again, of AWS. I don't know if that is more accurate than the tire performance graphic we have seen last year. That was a terrible one. But apparently they say Ferrari is fastest, which I can probably get behind. They're just not very reliable. Um, and they also say that actually the performance upgrade of Red Bull made them 0.4 seconds slower than Ferrari, like compared to Ferrari. Is the map frozen again? The map is frozen. That is unfortunately an issue we are working on. But the problem is with how the data basically feeds is being visualized by the map. There is just not really enough data coming in, especially during free practice one. That is quite a common occurrence that we are trying to get fixed as soon as we can. So yeah, currently we have the Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas on P1. I mean, we still have 53 and a half minutes to go, so I doubt he's staying there as Verstappen is going very purple and takes that leading spot with a 1 minute 16.5. So yeah, it seems like it is not really there is not really a lot of wind on the track, but it seems very gusty. So yeah, this is might catch some drivers off guard. Maybe we'll see someone blown out of the track and spinning for this or something. So yeah. Hey, Bagdoozy, you're new. Welcome here. Could be better times to show up as my voice is still kind of dying, so you will have some silent parts throughout this broadcast. But I'm trying. I'm trying. I just need to drink more honey tea, I guess. Someone who is watching, give the top three. You can see them displayed next to the map. Currently, it is Verstappen, Perez, and Leclerc in that order, with a 1 minute 16.5, 1 minute 17.08, and a 1 minute 17.13. So you need me for race day. I don't think I will be commenting on the race. I think there you will be hearing the sweet voice of Ryan again. So yeah, but I will probably need my voice for free practice 2 at least, maybe free practice 3 as well. We will see. Maybe qualifying. Um, we don't really have that all planned out yet for the weekend. So yeah, King Jew, thank you for those 25 euros. And yeah, we are trying to fix it. It is really some sort of a bug in there, as it is basically only occurring in free practice 1. So yeah, we're working at that. Charles starting P11, probably due to the engine replacement. Wouldn't know. We will see. I mean, Canada is easy to overtake, so taking a grid penalty here would make way more sense than, I don't know, in Monaco or something, for example. So yeah, I just hope those Ferrari engines are staying reliable, especially throughout the rest of the season, as yeah, they really have to, especially finish. I mean, 1 point for 10th is still more than 0 points for a DNF. So, yeah. Looks what we have there. Seems like Mick Schumacher is still kind of underperforming. Locking up, bringing in not very good times at the moment. Currently sitting in 17th with a 1 minute 20. That he really needs to get his head into the game. I mean, he's just like his name can't save him forever. And with what we're currently seeing from him, unfortunately, it might really be his last season if he doesn't get his stuff together, basically. So yeah. So yeah. Why are there so many fastest lap attempts? I think we see a lot of soft tire running and push laps from other teams because of the new porpoising regulation that will be put in place this weekend. And currently, I guess the teams are trying to really fine tune the car and focus on fast laps, on cornering speed, and try to see where is the limit of what they can do to the car, while staying within the porpoising limits. So yeah. Jacob, how do we see the race? I am watching it on Formula One TV. Maybe wherever you are from, it might be shown on TV. But currently we are not in the race. We are just watching free practice one here. Trying to figure out. Ooh, and there is an Alpine with a very, very smoky break off the track. It looks like it's Ocon. Yeah, front right. That is probably going up in flames as soon as he is stopping the car, but he is getting past turn 11 now, so it isn't all too far into the pits, but this will yeah, the team won't be happy about that. Damn. Well, engineers want him to cool the brakes, but Ocon says it is a failure and dives back into the pits. Now that is really unfortunate. I mean, Ocon, or Alpine in general doesn't seem to have been struggling too much with the porpoising, so this session might not be as important to them as it might be to other teams, but still having an issue like this and missing a free practice session is always um, quite an unfortunate thing to happen. Aimer, no, it is not raining yet, and it doesn't look like it will be raining during free practice one. But we do have a 50 chance percent of rain for free practice two. Then, so yeah, Yeah, no, that brake doesn't look like a brake should look on a Formula One car. So that will be a time-intensive repair job right there. So yeah, um, and yeah, it looks like we are still having the Vettel time, which put him in P6, set on a medium tire. Alonso being 1/10 quicker on the soft tire, so looks like they are doing something right and getting a real understanding of the car at Aston Martin right there. While Stroll is on P11 at the moment on his home Grand Prix, so I think he will need to improve. What do you think? Will there be? God damn it! Sorry, that was live puberty for you. Um, will there be team orders to get Stroll into a better position compared to Vettel for his home race, or will he just have to get whatever he gets? Thank you, thank you. I am yeah, don't know what it is. Hasn't really gotten better the whole week. So I am now sustaining myself on tea, honey, and whiskey to be able to talk at least a little bit. So give me a fair warning in chat if I start to appear too drunk or something. So yeah. Hamilton looks good when he loses. Oof. Shots fired right there. So yeah. The Mercedes we are seeing right now, it looks quite bumpy, but the bumps are pretty random, so I guess it's not really porpoising we're seeing, but actually just bumps in the track, as it is another street circuit, and those are taking thousands and millions of cars and a heart pounding throughout the year. So being quite bumpy is basically just the nature of the track. So yeah, doesn't he doesn't look too comfortable. Um, Sir Lewis Hamilton there, not looking too confident. But there we see him going past turn 11 on the back straight, and yeah, as soon as he reaches about 180 miles an hour, the porpoising seems to be starting. Looking like he is listening to some Slayer or whatever in that car. So guess Mercedes will have to do more tuning there to save his back a little bit, probably, most likely. So yeah, you're on your 12th shot to get catching up to do, or did I miss something in chat there? So yeah, it is currently really looking a little bit like a Red Bull domination right there, as they are driving pretty close to identical laps, only 400 splitting them at the moment, and then being clear half a second of Alonso in P3. So it is only free practice one, and we have only enjoyed 20 minutes of that session yet. But seeing Alonso in front of the Ferraris, I mean, Ferraris have set their laps on mediums, and Alonso is there up there on a soft. But Might it be that Ferrari is trying to tune out the porpoising as well, and therefore sort of well, suffering in performance? We will see. But yeah, I'm really curious about the whole Alpine strategy, as it didn't really pay out in Baku. Seems like it was, well, the whole goal for just going for insane straight line speed and then defending through all the corners just isn't quite the way to go, as you will never be able to attack the one in front of you and have to drive a very defensive race, and you lose an insane amount of places on the smallest mistakes. So let's see, let's see. What happened to Ocon? He had his front right brake kind of given up on him. Um, a little bit of flamey flame fire there on the top on the front right brake, and yeah, since that occurred, he is sitting in the pits. So yeah, Zacho, why Ferrari is slow? We are not really having any verified information on that, and we are only 25 minutes in. We have a yellow flag, brief yellow flag in sector 1, already gone again. Seems like Stroll was, yeah, just going very slow through there. So yeah, now why yeah, Ocon kind of yeah, had a damaged brake and just wasn't able to put in a time. And oh no, we were on the point of Ferrari. Why they are slow. It is only 25 minutes, and it is only free practice. So nothing to say for sure. Maybe they just really go for endurance or race pace, or maybe with the new porpoising rules that are coming this weekend, they are trying to tune that high speed porpoising they are having out of the car to get it together, basically get the car more nimble, get that porpoising out there to have to basically conform with the regulations. So yeah, this Merc porpoising, Merc isn't, yeah, they still are. They are trying to tune it out at the moment, as it looks like. But for now, for this first half of the first practice session in Canada, it looks like they're not really getting the hang of it, and if they don't, they probably will just have to raise the car way above ground. So yeah, both Merc and Ferrari are bouncing now. Porpoise issue fixed. Fair. Um, I think it's kind of, to be honest, for Ferrari, I feel bad with that whole thing, but Mercedes just kind of deserved it. Like with, oh yeah, no, we want you to raise the minimum ride height for all the cars because we fucked it up. It's kind of, yeah, no, I think that is deserved punishment for Karening, basically. Bouncing is a matter of ride height and downforce, not necessarily speed alone. Um, the bouncing itself, um, as far as I know, has to do especially with the stiffness of the suspension and the oscillations through the car when going over bumps. So, yeah, Hamilton there complaining on the radio that he has no grip on the rear and looking very slow going into the turn 10 hairpin there. Um, Looks like he is going to dive right back into the pits as he is charging the battery down that back straight. So yeah, no, Alonso really looks strong here. I'd be curious if I get the metrics up on where he is really making time here. So, yeah, it looks like he is making that time, especially in sector 3, so on the back straight. So it seems like Alpine is still going for that very high speed setup. Um, didn't really work out in Baku. Maybe they will have some fine tuning to that. But we will see how that goes in the race as we are now on a hot lap with Latifi. All right, not to be expected too much there, but we do have Ocon back out on track, so they were able to get the brake issue resolved, hopefully. So yeah, why the Aston Martin car is suddenly so good? They had a major design and aerodynamic upgrade in Spain, I think, or just before Spain. The one where everybody was going crazy about them stealing the design off of Red Bull. And yeah, they're basically driving the same setup or the same philosophy car as Red Bull at the moment. It is still a little bit different as Aston Martin is having the Mercedes power unit in the back, while Red Bull is driving the Honda, or rather, meanwhile, the Red Bull powertrain. So yeah, but the whole Green Bull thing didn't really happen. Kind of as they were. Well, they were able to prove that they had this or a very similar to this design in the wind tunnels back in November of 2021. So yeah, looks like Ocon made it out of that last place, leaving it to Schumacher, which is kind of making me sad to see both Haas down there. But yeah, Magnussen 2.5 seconds off the pace, Schumacher 4.5 seconds off the pace. So yeah, not sure if we will see a lot of Schumacher in 2023 then. So yeah, but it's what is one thing that is kind of making me happy um for the whole season so far is that Alfa Romeo and Mercedes are kind of on the same pace. So we do see some legitimate battles between Bottas and Hamilton. And yeah, that is quite good for Bottas, I guess, after all these um seasons at Mercedes where he always kind of had to make way for his teammate. So yeah, the Green Bull works. Yes. It isn't looking too bad. Like they haven't quite figured out the race pace yet. But they do set pretty strong lap times, actually. So yeah. All right. Um, I'm back to not coughing into your ears. We have signs on a quite impressive hot lap right there, going purple in sectors 1 and 2. As he now sprints up to the finish line. Looks like he is losing some time in sector 3, only going green, but still 2/10 faster than Perez and taking this provisional lead position on the soft tire. So yeah, that is not looking too bad. We're actually having the first four only split by 2.5 tenths so far, so that looks quite interesting and promising for the later phases of the weekend. So Bobs and Vijan, what happened to Haas? Uh, kind of just Haas things with lots of Schumacher crashes and expensive and extensive repairs. It's just sort of looking like they kind of run out of budget for upgrades and yeah, are back to being a backmarker team, sort of. That's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Um, Interesting. Latifi there complaining about a Red Bull blocking him in the last corner. Don't know. If you're sitting in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones, I guess. Peter, Toto is lying to protect Hamilton. Interesting take. Would you want to elaborate on that? I mean, he's a team principal in Formula One. I think pretty much everything he says is either a lie or strategic. So, yeah, Alex, a lot of crying in chat. It happens sometimes. But I like the spicy takes we are getting through here sometimes. So, yeah. Why is Mick only 9 laps? It doesn't look like the car is broken or anything. He is just kind of slow. Probably doing a lot of adjusting with the car, and probably they are having a close monitor on the power unit as Magnussen had to retire the car in Baku due to a power unit issue. And it just seems like the Ferrari engine this season is pretty fast, but also quite unreliable. And well, that is bad news, as engine development is frozen until 2024 or 2025. Well, we have very competent people in chat. They can tell you exactly how long the engine has to to stay the exact way it is. So yeah. What time does qualifying start? The qualifying will start tomorrow. Yeah. It is still one more time to sleep. So yeah. Reliability updates are allowed, but not really performance updates. And I don't know. It just with having this heavy of reliability issues with a car, it is quite tricky to get this tuned out and get the engine more reliable without sacrificing performance. So yeah, why is Leclerc not out on track? Well, because it is just a free practice session, so they will probably be working on his car as we see a little bit of porpoising of Daniel Ricciardo there. Not too bad though. I have seen way worse. I would say this looks like it is quite in the tolerable area, I think. And yeah, now we generally don't see a lot of runtime of the Ferraris as with the emergency regulation change of the FIA regarding porpoising. That unfortunately hits Ferrari as well. So they really need to work on their setup as excuse me. They really need to work on their setup as they have porpoising issues, but not really going with any performance loss as they are just having this on very high speeds throughout the straights. So yeah, it unfortunately really looks like Red Bull is going to dominate throughout probably this weekend, fairly sure. Maybe even next weekend as well. So yeah, little bit unfortunate there. VK, where am I from? I'm Swiss, from Switzerland. Um, but we basically have a whole team. Meanwhile, um, Racing Statistics, the guy owning the channel himself, is from South Africa. We have some commentators from the Philippines, from Panama, from the US. We really are a global international team, kind of fighting the issue of time zones and such, to yeah, bring you the entertainment. We um Jonas, you can speak German. Yes, I can. I can even speak Swiss German, which is a kind of German Germans don't understand. So yeah, also a little bit of French and Italian. So we have a lot of languages going on in Switzerland, which you are just kind of confronted with. Any opinions on Buemi? Yeah, no, not really. Like he wasn't or isn't enough on my rate. Ooh, there we had someone really leaving a mark on that sponsor wall there, down turn 5, it looks. That was the Aston Martin of Stroll. Unfortunate. I hope that wheel cover is okay. Poor wheel cover on Stroll's car. So yeah, what's wrong with Haas? I see that question a lot here. So Suisse, France. Mais oui, je parle un petit peu de français, auch ein bisschen Schweizerdeutsch, ein bisschen Hochdeutsch. Um, Bucharest и Russia. So, kind of a hobby of mine to learn languages. No, with Haas, there is like it's I really really like Schumacher as like a person, a driver, the image he's having, his whole cuteness, like kind of it's just like I wanna like when he gets out of the car, I wanna just hug him and tell him that everything is becoming good again and that he's doing a great job, but he sort of isn't, and his whole crashes and damages to the car and everything. Um, in the budget cap area, crashing your car that often just is a bad idea, and it looks like they just don't really have a lot of budget left over to car development, basically. So yeah, it's like it's not like that Haas is getting worse throughout the season. It is just that all the other teams are still able to bring upgrades and get better throughout the season. So crabby, mein Hochdeutsch is my German is free of an accent. Yes, it is. I am working a lot with Germans, and Swiss people have this very friendly thing that they instantly basically adapt to whatever language the other person speaks to you. And I had a German girlfriend for a few years, so I was basically just speaking German for years at home, just because I couldn't get out of that reflex to mirror whatever language is spoken to me. So yeah, who is better, Stroll or Latifi? Now this is a very interesting question. Um, I don't know. Racing statistics. Can you put up a poll on that? Who is better, Stroll or Latifi? Um, yeah, I mean they both kind of suck. Like I mean they are in Formula 1. They are better drivers than I will ever be for sure. Um, but who is the better of them? 2.9K watching only. Oh man. Only 97 likes. Come on, give me some love. I'm here, sick, losing my voice, giving everything for your entertainment. Having some likes. Maybe share it with your people that don't give a fuck about Formula 1, just to annoy them, you know? Just to bring them in here and annoy them. And of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, as we are doing this for every session, for every weekend. We are currently also working on um, getting some special guests in. We are unfortunately she wasn't able to make it this weekend, but we are having Jenna, who won the DHL fastest lap commentator contest, working with us. I sound wasted now. All right, I will lay off the whiskey and just hope that my voice makes it through the last 15 minutes here. Then I will have myself some coffee to sober up for session 2. Um, so yeah, Alonso had a big lockup there, but it looks like he is still improving on his personal best sector times and just flying. Oh no, that sorry, that is Ocon, but it looks like he is Mm, not really getting all the best times throughout sector 3 anymore. So apparently they went for a little bit more downforce with his car right there. The shame some people only take, don't give. Eh, I think you need a balance of both to get through life, you know. If you need or deserve something, go get it, take it. On the other hand, if you can, you should give. So yeah. But yeah, King Chu, thank you so much for that support. That will surely help us get, you know, the map ready. So yeah. Interceptor, you want my shoes? Are you sure you want my shoes? They are very old working boots. They are basically falling apart, but I haven't found another shoe I'm happy with. So I'm sticking with that thing that is literally falling apart. You can have some pants from me if you want. What's up with Stroll's spoiler? That is looking like just some Visflow paint there, which is basically a highly viscous paint you put on the car that will basically move with the air, and you can analyze it later on the ripples and everything you see on there, where you can then basically judge the airflow over the car. If you have any turbulences, or if basically the aerodynamics work how you want it to. And yeah, for Hannah, I we'll just stop butchering your name there, but Alonso is showing decent pace, but he has done so in Baku as well, but wasn't quite able to deliver within race conditions then. But seeing Alonso up there, even in front of Paris, not bad. And that even on a medium tire. That is quite impressive. That is very impressive. So, yeah. All right. Back. Sorry for that. I had to cough a little bit of my soul out of my body yet again. So, yeah, we are entering the last 10 minutes of this free practice session, and it looks like the Alpine is either getting quite strong, or that Ferrari is just kind of losing performance as they are trying to get rid of their porpoising. All right, we had a completely empty radio message of Bottas there. And yeah, Sifra, you're hitting the nail quite on the head there. It is very weird for one to see Leclerc behind Sainz in a free practice. On the other hand, it isn't weird to see a Ferrari on P5, but that it is Leclerc is kind of unexpected. But what's really kind of bugging me out is that Alonso in P3. That is like, I don't know. I think that is interesting. That is the thing to talk about, as everyone is putting in their fast laps on soft, and Alonso is just comfortably sitting 3.5 tenths behind Verstappen up there in P3 on a medium tire. That is, yeah. Will Leclerc receive any grid penalties after his Baku engine blowout? He will throughout the season. Pretty sure about that. Maybe even twice. Ooh, and there's a groundhog. Who did? Wait. I have seen that. Somebody was predicting a groundhog on track. Somebody predicted this. Nice. So, yeah, for the grid penalty, I mean, there is engine 1 and 2 from the season at Ferrari still. They might have some performance left in them, so it might be that they will bring back these engines. But due to the nature of the track and that long back straight where you can overtake quite good, provided, of course, you have the power. It would make sense to take the grid penalty right here. So, yeah, 61% are thinking that Stroll is the better driver. 24, so 1/4 of you thinks that both are the same. So, yeah, interesting. Um, yeah, no, it would make sense basically to get this engine penalty here in Canada, get it over with, and have the engine available for other races to then choose a track where you can really overtake again to maybe take a second penalty or get anything else done on the car. So yeah, 100% Alonso is on low fuel. I think he is, but everyone kind of is when they are trying their fast laps. So there we see the Mercedes speeding down into that last little chicane. Looks like they have the porpoising kind of out, but all the sectors there are quite yellow. So yeah, that is not looking good for Mercedes. I think that whining there of Toto really hurt them there. All right, Verstappen there, putting in no, putting in nothing faster, but complaining about his hybrid system. Probably might be a battery issue as he is just having no more power in the hybrid at the end of the straight. So, is it the NGUK? Is it the battery? We will uh, we will probably find out towards the end of this session. So yeah, we are getting into the last 5 minutes here. We have Verstappen currently holding the fastest lap of this free practice first session in Canada at a 1 minute 15.1, which isn't too bad. I expect we will go down into the 1 minute 14s at one point, at least qualifying. Then for sure, and still kind of irritating that we have Alonso there sitting in P3 on his fastest time set with a medium. That is just weird, kind of. So Marie Danielle thinks a 112 point high. I think we might see, yeah, around that. Maybe a 113 low, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Verstappen further complaining about his problems. So yeah. Yeah, Lando hasn't really done a lot in this session, as there is only 3 minutes or about 3 minutes to go. So I don't think we will see Lando back out on track. I guess he is done with this session. So yeah, Leclerc still sitting in fifth. Basically, also just Um, getting his laps in. Doesn't look like anyone is really trying anything impressive here anymore. So yeah, but yeah, it is looking busy out there. As really, yeah, Lando is the only one in the pits, and quite Ferrari is really working on it. I mean, Sainz has completed 28 laps so far. So yeah, 29 meanwhile, Ferrari is really trying to get something out there that probably isn't there anymore with this new regulations. We will keep you up to date, of course. Um So yeah, but everyone here just being like Leclerc lost the world championship and Ferrari lost the world championship. Not yet. They can still come back. I mean, it's only 1/3 of the season that we are through yet, and we have had bigger point gaps last year, and it still came down to the last race. So anything can really happen here. Oh wow, there we have Bottas with a big lockup and a very glamorous shot as his rear wing shines with sunlight as his front right tire basically screams in agony from that lockup. Um yeah, can you watch this anywhere live? Well, you can basically watch the live timings and the track map here with us. And the checkered flag is out now, so we will have basically everyone finishing their laps and then line up for some additional practice starts. You can also watch it on Formula One TV. So yeah, um, it is broadcast on some TV stations, while free practice usually isn't. At least not here in Switzerland or Germany or Austria. So yeah, looks like a lot of people are lining up on the track now, on the grid, just for some practice starts, it seems like. So yeah, give Ferrari a break. They haven't won since 2007. Maybe they just forgot how. Maybe. Maybe. I think if they get their engine reliability issues fixed, that might be a championship winning car. But I don't know if they get the reliability issues fixed this season already, or if this will have to wait for 2023. But if they get it sorted out um, over the summer or maybe over the winter break, um, there is good chances of a world championship, constructors championship right there. So all right. Um, so that has been free practice one. I'm going to save my voice now. Get myself some coffee and sober up for the next session where we as it is looking right now, we will be joined there by Biggles. So yeah, in the meantime, don't forget doing something nice for other people is never a big issue. So go out there, help a stranger. One random good deed a day can carry far, and will make it a lot easier for people around you, uh, giving you good karma. So yeah, go out there, do something nice for somebody. Just, I don't know, help an old lady over the street or save a groundhog from a Formula One track, however you want. And we will be seeing you for free practice 2 in about 2 hours.